Hey, Chris, we need to get to some
Yeah,
your latest. I want to hear. I know it's
yeah,
good. I've been looking forward to it, and I think you're
yeah.
going to show off
Some
some new
Batman
things
tools
here.
there. My topic essentially is trying to use AI tools to try to reanalyze and optimize your content, your existing content. And so, obviously, if Google is basically saying the ranking factors come down to EEAT, and people are creating a ton of spam content with AI, if the ranking factors are true, that it's EEAT, and so essentially that's experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. What I was able to do is I was able to get all of the ranking factors from Google. And so basically what I said is, hello, I'd like you to help me analyze the following article with Google EEAT standards. I'm uploading the following standards and give it a scale of 1 to 10. And for each of the EEAT standards, experience, expertise, authoritativeness, trustworthiness, if the article scores below a 6 in any category, I'd like you to give it a bulleted list of at least 4 ways to improve that article for that particular category. Do you understand? And then, oh man, and it says, yes, I understand. I'm gonna basically analyze it. You tell me when to begin. And so what I do is I took those standards and essentially I had to put it in text format. This doesn't work as good in ChatGPT yet, so I'm using Anthropic's Claude. And so what I was able to do is I upload this in a text format. Actually, this was actually a PDF format. And then the next thing I did is I uploaded the article I wanted it to review. Unfortunately, I did have to upload it in text format. It's kind of a long story. But what it was able to do is it was able to analyze all of this information by saying, I want you to rate this on a scale of 1 to 10. Again, review it against the 4 categories. And from there, it gave me all of this information here on how to improve that particular article. So I take those notes, I send it over to my my content team, and that's where I really come out with some really great results. Other things that I did, give me 1 second here. Actually, you can't see it here, but one of the other things that I was doing is I'm toying around with this new thing that I've seen. And the new thing that I've seen essentially is if you can ask the AI, if you are unsure, and this is where I feel like it's going to hallucinate, create an emoji before you make any comments that you're unsure about. And so far in the experiment, it will actually do that. And so that's one of the things that I'm trying to do is trying to eliminate some of the hallucinations that might creep in and literally just ask the AI, are you sure?
Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
It's the augmentation use case. Like, find the gaps, find the weaknesses.
Yep.
It's pretty good. Pretty solid. What about just taking the output, so the recommendations, and then just running like an auto GPT? So like this is like a sequence of prompts, as
Yeah.
opposed to individual prompts, and just say, now here's now make those changes. To the content rather than sending
Yeah.
it to your content team.
That's a great question. I mean, if what auto GPT are you using now, Larry? Are you, because there's a couple different ones. There's Baby GPT and some of the things like that. Which one do you use?
I wasn't aware that there was multiple auto GPTs. I'm just using the first one, whatever that is.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you don't know the name? All right. Yeah, I haven't really thought to use the auto version. I've been doing it. It's so funny to say the slow way using AI.
I know we're talking to Larry Kim, so he's going to scale
I know.
any idea
Yeah,
we suggest. But
exactly.
so Larry, and so the next steps beyond that would be to have it run that like a script against all of your stuff, and then rewrite the stuff, and then update the stuff, and then go to lunch.
Just kick up your feet and let the profits roll in. Like just like
Yeah.
use a, I don't know if this exists or not, but like these plugins for GPT, like maybe there's a WordPress plugin that will allow you to make edits to the content at scale, and then so you've done the analysis,
Right.
so connect it to an output.
This is like two service providers and a software guy walk into a bar. That's what this conversation is, right? So Chris and I are service providers, and we have clients, and we're always thinking about like that intermediary step of like approvals and process and team. But you're on the next page thinking like, yeah, that sounds good. Turn it on. Is it automatically done yet? I told you to turn it on. Like, I appreciate the perspective. But yeah, this is identifying content gaps. Like people like me and Chris get to that point where like, oh, good, this was useful. Like, oh, that was interesting because in a lot of cases, he and I have to talk to people about it.
Yeah,
because it's maybe not even our content, you know.
Of course.
I think your prompting, Larry, is
clients.
probably. I think your prompting, Larry, is probably a little bit more next level than mine. And so, if I was to be honest, like I use the AI to improve it, but I don't know whether I just like the sound of my own voice or not. But I rarely get anything back from the AI that I don't add my sauce on top of it. Almost every single time. I know you can do it at scale, but it always gets me going and it gets me started and it helps me by 30%. But I feel like the reason why I don't do it at scale is because I just feel like I just always hyper personalize, maybe to my own detriment.
I think you're right. So if you look at my website, you won't find any, auto-generated articles. But that's not to say that they haven't been augmented by AI.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the angle, kind of the opening paragraph, the kind of the data that I'm trying to kind of make a point with, that's always going to be human generated, and that's kind of the hook. But then if you scroll down, like, how is this a 5,000 word article? Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well,
Larry, you have so much time.
Well, if you scroll down long enough, there's like all these FAQs that that cast a wider net, that fill in the gaps, that do all the things that you're talking about. So no, I haven't figured out a way to prompt like an original idea, but I can generate the original idea. That's easy. I just can't do the work of filling it out.
I've got a thesis about like those two kinds of marketers: the 10% marketers, who like people like me who are trying to get like a incremental better result, and the 10x marketers who are looking for big ideas that move the needle all at once. Larry, it's like that example from a minute ago. I'm like, optimize for a link intent key phrase and you'll get a trickle of links forever. And you're like, no, dude, you got a newsjack because you're never going to get, 1,000 links in a day unless you go big by jumping on a topic. So yeah, that's interesting. And it's a way that I think about people I know sometimes. Like, I'm talking to an optimizer like me, or whoa, I'm talking to like a big thinker like 10x marketer like a Larry or a Drew Davis or a lot of my friends, and I totally respect the perspective. That's what this digital marketing masterclass is all about.
Yeah, that's why you're here, Larry.
All right. Thanks, guys.